How's it going, guys? And welcome to another video. So, I haven't done a video in so long. Um, like a month maybe, or a bit less. I don't even know. But it's okay. Um, when I was doing it consistently for about a month, I was so into it. I was like, yeah, I can go on like this for so long. I can keep doing this for like a year. I don't want to stop. I'm gonna keep doing this until like I have a good following, blah blah blah. But like shit happens. Like it's okay. Um, I think me doing it, showed me that like this is something that I do want to do. Like like even if I take breaks, like it's something that I want to continue doing later on, and I want to maybe explore like my different ways of like filming, and like I'm probably gonna change my like way of doing these videos over time, but I feel like having that base that I set for myself is so important, because now I know that it's there and I can always just come back to it and whatever. Um, but I'm in London right now. I'm in this random park that I came to. I don't really know where I am. I had to Google it. I had to Google like where am I, which is my typical London experience. Um, but I came to this coffee shop called Jolene. I don't know where I saw it. I think I saw it on an Instagram post one time, and I was like, wait, why does that actually look kind of cool? So yeah, I just put in the Google Maps and followed the bus, and whatever. But I don't really know what to talk about, to be honest. I'm just trying to see if I still know how to talk to the camera, because I haven't done it in a while. But I'm going back to the US very soon, literally in 2 days. And I'm gonna be starting my sophomore year. There's something walking behind me. Oh, it's a mouse. Love that. I literally saw it. But yeah, sophomore year. Pretty excited. It's gonna technically be my starting my major, like because I switched my major to English, so I'm gonna start my English major, I guess, which is pretty cool. Gonna be reading a lot, probably writing a lot. Love that for me. Am I nervous? A little bit, not for the academic part, but I think it's always a bit nerve-wracking, the beginning part, because like this whole summer I've been in Lebanon, and I came to London for like the past 10 days, and I think that feeling of going to the States, like going somewhere so far, is always a bit nerve-wracking, because you're like, damn, like, and it's so different, like it's so different there. So it's always a bit nerve-wracking, the beginning part, but because I did it last year, I'm more familiar with it now, so it's way less nerve-wracking than last year. Last year was like the worst summer of my life. Um, just because of how much anxiety I had for college, not knowing what it's gonna be like, moving to another country, not knowing anything about the college or the state or the town, nothing. So it was terrible, but had to go through it. It taught me a lot. I feel like we need to go through moments like these. Like we need to go through the trenches to be, strong, and to grow and to mature. It taught me a lot, for sure. Oh my god, I had terrible days. The beginning, I was like crying every night. But it's all good now. When you meet people, things turn out okay. So like I kind of realized this, like no matter where you go, it could be anywhere, literally anywhere, and you're gonna be fine, just because you're gonna befriend people. And I feel like as humans, like it's part of our human nature to want to befriend people, and for people to befriend us when they know that like we're new to a place or something. And so it's a beautiful thing. You meet people, you make amazing connections, and then the place turns out okay, even if it's something that you're so new to, and even if it's something that's like maybe not very aesthetically pleasing, like maybe it's like a even if it's like a third world country, or whatever. Like I went to the States to a town in the middle of nowhere. It was like a random ass town in the middle of nowhere. Even if it's that, as long as you have good people there, you're gonna be fine. So I had to learn that the hard way, but I wrote about it a lot. I journaled a lot, and it taught me that like I can actually be anywhere, just because of this specific thing, that like I will find my people anywhere I go. So yeah, I also had to learn that like I had to learn a lot of things, but going outside your comfort zone is so important, and not just like the small things, but even big things like moving abroad kind of shows you that like you have to adapt to a new way of living, because every country kind of has its own norms and like little things that you have to learn. So that was a struggle, but that is a necessary thing. And then what's it called? If you don't like the place because you're not used to it, or for whatever reason, you aren't gonna gain anything out of constantly telling yourself, I hate this place, I wish I didn't come here, or like why did this happen, like why didn't I make better choices, blah blah blah. Like you're not gonna gain anything out of that, especially when you know that like you have no control over it, so you kind of just have to be in that situation. So what I had to learn is that like I had to switch my mentality to like, how can I make the best out of being here right now? So there are many things that I wanted to do, and like I wanted to film videos like this, for example. So I tried to find a place on campus and film videos for myself, and having that to look forward to made it a better experience. That was the beginning, but later on it got even better and better, and I grew attached to it because I met good people. But I'm just saying, like, I think the beginning of a transitional period in your life is always going to be the hardest part. But as a way of coping, you have to tell yourself, like, how can I make the best out of this situation right now? And it's easier said than done, but I think you have to practice that mentality of saying it to yourself. So you have to manifest it in your mind. You're like, well, okay, like I'm gonna give an example. Like my college was such a small campus, so at first I didn't like it, but then I was like, I tried to look at it in a different way. I was like, it's so cool that we kind of feel like a small community and everybody kind of knows each other, and I'm kind of doing the same thing every day, but that's a good thing because I have a routine, and like, I just had to kind of change the way I saw it. And it doesn't happen overnight. Like I said, I had to journal about it a lot. I had to practice that mentality every day, and it's truly a way of coping when you're going through it. And eventually all these things that you practice saying to yourself come into real life, and you actually start to believe them. So eventually I actually like really loved the place and struggled to leave the place for summer. Like I was so sad to leave, even though it was literally just leaving for 3 months. I was like, oh my god, I've become so attached to this place, and now I have to leave. So leaving is also always difficult, but it's just tell yourself and know that like it's just the beginning part that's gonna be hard of any transitional period. And eventually you adapt, and that thing becomes the new norm, and it becomes familiar, thus more comfortable to be in. So yeah. I didn't know I was going to be talking about this topic, but I guess here we are. I think I'm going to end the video. I'm trying to... Yeah, I think I'm going to end the video. Bye, guys.